The favorite Trackstarz.
Email earlier to our group, and everybody pretty much responded to it. And it's a video of Dria Dollar, Creflo Dollar's daughter, and she is a secular artist. So the whole thing was, how is everybody's response to that? And everybody's response was different. And I think that we had a good conversation going, so we're just going to take a couple of minutes just to get back into our conversation on it, and the stance of where we left it. For anybody out there listening, pretty much knows the name Creflo Dollar. He's an international pastor, teacher, evangelist, whatever you want to call it. And he has a mega church, several mega churches, and he has a lot of money. So he has a record label, Arrow Records, under Universal. And now he's got a new extension of it called Arrow Soul. And on this label is his daughter, Dria Dollar, and she is a secular rap artist. What y'all think about that?
It's a hot mess. It's a hot
I think so. I think that, Soul Candy actually said that she put out some very controversial to say that Creflo Dollar was never really for God.
I said it. I said it.
And I said,
God, you either for me or you are against me.
but I don't think you can't say that. Like what we talked about earlier, you can't say it.
You're strong with it, but be careful. Don't put your mouth on, someone that professes to be a man of God, like for real. Let God handle that.
I'll take that, Maya. I'll take that.
Okay.
I said that
So-
off air.
So basically,
I said that off air.
right. So basically what you're saying is, and I think you can hold your position. You just have to kind of, take a stance and say, well, you believe that from his teaching, he's never really taught you because you've never been able to see his vision. Is
I've
that?
been to his church
Okay.
on more than one occasion. I've had some CDs that he's had, and I've actually respected him as a pastor. But now that I know that this is what another lane that he's created, I can't stand behind that.
Okay.
And I think that for me, I know what side I want to be on, the side that I choose. And if anybody is trying to profess God this, God that, and then you're opening up another avenue to basically Satanism is what it is. Say you can't serve two masters.
Right.
And that's just my opinion. People can say what they want, and I just believe God says beware of certain things. And for me, Creflo has always been untouchable. He's always been I have a friend, and I won't mention his name, who is actually on his youth ministry as sits very high up, and he's never even better. That's problematic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
okay. I feel like I gotta be showing Tanner right now. Okay. Is that is what you're saying? Are you feeling that as a personal experience? Because now we're getting into something that has nothing to do with music. When you say that your friend has never met him
I
and
just
he
don't think
served
we
as
should
what's
be
the name?
bigger than God. I think that a lot of preachers today try to be bigger than
But
God.
to me, I don't think that. I think we make them bigger than God.
But if they're a man of God, they should humble themselves and be meek.
Yeah, we should. But at the same time, too, it's the fact of certain people, they don't look at their pastor as just a man, like you're saying. And you're right. They should be
put their
humble.
faith
They
in
put
their
their faith.
pastor.
They put everything in their pastor. But I don't blame. To me, I could see why you could blame the pastor, but then also I could blame the congregation. When you are looking towards your pastor for everything, when you don't go to God before you go, you like, I gotta hear what my pastor said before. You're not thinking.
I agree.
So I think at times that's the thing where people uplift people. You know what I mean? It's so biblical because you're thinking about when people wanted a God, they created a God.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
But
I think that.
Pastor Dollar always talks about, mature Christians and baby Christians. When you have people going to church that are, I don't want to say weak in faith, but they aren't as strong and they are not as solidified in faith as a lot of us in this room are, you open up a passageway for all kind of questions, all kind of actions connections, all kind of things. So this record label to me is a total setup for more souls to be lost, for more souls to be in the wilderness. So that's what I think.
Okay, I
So
can
what
agree.
What is she rapping about? Like,
Oh boy, she's talking about a lot of trash.
It ain't
She's
big
cursing and it's wild.
Did she curse? She just said the N word.
I call that a cuss word. For
But
on her
Bizzle-
level,
When Bizzle
yeah.
says the N-word, is he cussing?
yeah, Bizzle said it.
But I mean, actually, no. Actually, you know what? She actually does cuss in the song.
She
It's just
said
the edited
so.
version. She was like, thirsty H's trying to get on my level, but they ain't.
Really?
Yeah, and then she also says the D word. Like,
And she rapping over Rack City.
she's talking about
She is rapping
about
over Rack City.
men's body parts on her.
Yeah.
So,
So let me ask y'all this.
Well, at least in a
What if
video, she
here's-
does
What if
that.
let me ask y'all
Yeah.
this. So are we against people trying to support their kids, even if their kids don't want to do gospel?
absolutely.
Yes.
And the reason I say that is because he's an accountability to our faith on a large scale. And so are his children. They're his seeds. And so I honestly think that, I honestly think that you have to, as for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord. Where is that? Where is that? That's lost in translation right now to me.
Yeah. No, LaToya and I were talking earlier about this, and I was telling her it kind of reminds me of those parents who are like, I'll let you drink and I'll let you have sex if it's in my house. Like, I feel like in my mind, that's kind of the rationale he was using. Like, I'll let you do secular music if it's on my label. Like, that was weird to me. And I get, especially PKs wanting to kind of do their own thing and find their own way, but I don't necessarily know how as a parent, as a Christian parent, as a parent who is a pastor, you can find rationale in endorsing that without going against the word of God. It's a hard line because, if I'm not mistaken, she is an adult, but I just feel like for me, what kind of took the cake was that she's on his label. Like, if she's doing that, do that. And I'm not saying
I
throw her
agree
to
with
the
that.
wolves, but
what's the
rationalize it by
we're
putting her on
gonna have to
his
wrap it up soon, but what's the difference between if she wasn't on his label? What if she was like, what if Creflo was like, hey, my daughter's coming out with an album, can y'all support it? Woo, 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 woo.
A rebellious spirit is a rebellious spirit, but in his household, he shouldn't have let that kind of a spirit in there. Now, the fact that he's supporting it, him and his wife, the CEO of the label, that is the problem. It was different if his daughter was out there doing the kind of crazy stuff that, most pastors' kids do. And he wasn't supportive of it, and he was like, y'all pray for my daughter. She's out there lost. She's in the world. She's got a homosexual spirit on her. Pray for her. But no, it's actually happening in his house, and he's okay with that. That's a
Dang.
problem.
Oh, okay, man.
And
No,
you have
let
to
me-
know, because the lyrics, if she says thirsty, get on my whatever, dude, that's not right. Something's going on there.
So let me ask this. Biblically, in the Bible, it talks about like elders and overseers and how their children are supposed to behave. So does this disqualify pastors whose children are out there? Does it disqualify them to be able to lead a flock because their children are on display, obviously not honoring God with their lives and their passions? So should they still be preaching?
It
Good
depends
question.
on how they respond to that rebellion.
I agree.
But with the way that he's responding, she's on their label. Should he still be preaching?
He's probably thinking this.
It's greed. That's
This
what he's thinking.
no, he's not thinking that.
So
Nah,
He's thinking
that's
that
what it
because
is.
to be honest with you, he's probably made money off of Canton. He's probably making money off of Sean Locke. He's making money off of this other cat that he got on his label. So he's probably thinking, okay, my daughter doesn't want to do Christian rap.
She don't
Okay.
rap.
I want to support her because I love her. I want to see the best for her. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this other label called Arrow Soul, and she's gonna be on that. And it has nothing to do with Arrow Records. Probably that's
No,
what he probably.
you know what
It
you do?
does.
You shut it down just like you did when you choked her for going to the party. You shut it
Right.
down.
Right.
Don't let her go
Stop
out
her
the
in her
house with
tracks.
that.
All right. With that said,
Stop her in her tracks.
I
We
Bring a
gonna
child
post
up in
it.
the
We
way
gonna
that
post
they
it for
should go.
discussion. We want to
Yeah.
hear comments
Please comment,
and what y'all
y'all.
think.
I don't
Please
know.
comment about this. 'Cause
Yeah,
this is a serious topic because I mean, just biblically, if you're looking at it, I think sometimes we kind of skip over these things that are written down. And you know, we on Judgment Day, it's like, why did you do this? It's written plain and clear in here that you should not be doing that. And we're like, oh, it's okay.
I'm sorry, Jesus, but at the end of the day, the question is, who's more important, God or your daughter? At the end of the day, who's more important? Are you living for your children or are you living for your master? I believe that God should be so important in your life that nothing else matters. And that's hard. I'm not even there myself. But that is, for me, the bottom. I'm not here to do nothing else but serve. And for anyone that doesn't believe that, you were never on the bus from the beginning.
Ooh.
I
So
can't
that's
say that. I
I
can't
think-
say that. I can't say
All
that.
right,
Okay.
all right.
With that said,
Yeah.
This does not represent.
So Candy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey, y'all comment on Soul Candy. Let us
yeah.
know what y'all thought about her
Yeah, she crunk.
being a guest on the
She
show today.
crunk.
All right.
Crunk Candy.
Liven it up a
All right,
little
y'all,
bit.
man. Shout out to Sean Tanner. He probably listened to this.
You probably driving off the
like,
side of the road.
wow.
Like,
Wow.
man,
Park that
What did I
crib.
leave? Why
should
did I
have never
leave?
left you.